and we'll see if SkyBlaze does see any of this tech. So basically, he sees none of this tech. He sees a little bit of this army. He doesn't see any Hydralisks at that point. He sees the spine crawlers moving up to help for a little bit of defense, which is a very smart play. We see Adria use that on a couple maps, and how he uses these spine crawlers to take advantage of, especially Protoss, take advantage of the cliffs on Steps of War, and the spine crawlers are actually a great way to keep an army away. And we see not an island expansion, which is what I thought would have happened, but we see 2 more expansions going down. So standard for Zerg as a 3rd one goes up. So now, if a third base for Protoss is up with 3rd base on Zerg, then the Protoss player will probably win. But a 4-on-3 base is going to be hard for that Zerg player. If he can get that 5th base or even that 6th base up, he'll be able to pump out more units than the Protoss player will be able to. Much more expensive army, but we will have 1 Colossi and a pylon going up here, as our Protoss player probably will expand to one of these 2 expansions. I doubt it'll be the island at this point, because Mutal Play will take that out quite nicely, but here come those Roaches and Hydras, and they're going to be moving up quite fast on the creep. To see if SkyBlaze will see that. Yes, he will. He'll see that army over there, and will probably react. Going to probably put down some more Zealots or Sentries, and in order to force that army away so that his Colossi can pick all those units off. He's probably going to need a little bit more Colossi, but yes, it is a one robotics facility based play, which is very strong and very cost efficient. More Roaches and Hydras being littered into this dump here, and we do see infestation pit going down, so we may see an infestation play, or he's probably just doing that so he can get the layer tech so he can expand. But here's that huge battle going down, and nice force fields going up, keeping those Roaches and Hydras back, as SkyBlaze and the Protoss player can take that out, and our Zerg player is forced to retreat. Very nice force fields and very nice use of the Colossi. Cleaning that up quite nicely. He's going to probably come out and try and take some of that creep. Zerg player forced to pump out a lot of Roaches and Hydras. He's in big trouble if he doesn't. If this Protoss player does move in, he does see his army. He does see that there's not another Colossi right now, but more Zealots being moved in, and another Stalker, and another Colossi coming out. So this could be big trouble for our Zerg player. More Roaches coming in, as he's gonna need those to take out this massive amount of Zealots, but there is this Colossi here, and if this Colossi can get up on this ridge, it can pick off a lot of these Hydras and Roaches. Although our Zerg player is sitting on a 3 base right now, a 4 base right now, he is not pumping out the amount of units that he should be able to do to take out this army here. But although he is on a 4 base, and you can see the amount of units that Zerg is still pumping out, which is a massive amount of units, way more than the Protoss player can do. Now, our Protoss player probably has more than enough minerals. No, he's actually doing a really good job of keeping them down, but usually you want to put up a couple more gateways. My rule is whatever gateways you start off with, so if you do a 4 gate on your expansion, add 2. On your next expansion, add 2. On your next expansion, add 2. If you're going for a gateway-based play, it's a very safe way to use your gateways, and it's a very safe way to make sure that you can fend off any attack, especially late game if you really need to replenish your army fast. But Zealot speed getting down, and we will see missile attacks 2 and air attack level 1, and we'll see a lot of corruptors being built right now, trying to take out these Colossi, as they are a problem. A 4th base going to go down for SkyBlaze, as he will take that pretty standard time, as he is safe to do so behind this massive army. Now if we go to our army tab, SkyBlaze is way ahead, as he is 198 supply. It actually is 198 and 198, so they're both almost maxed out. And 2 and 1 are Zerg units upgrades, whereas it's only 1 and 1 armor and 1 attack for our Protoss ground units. But a huge amount more money being spent on our Protoss's army. APM is always high in this game, and 100, which is actually a little lower, but hold on, we'll see if this observer sees his whole unit composition, and he will move. SkyBlaze will move in and try and get a nice arc on this army, as the Zealots going in there tanking a lot of damage, as the Colossi will try and take out a lot of nice force fields getting put down. But I think, oh no, the Stalker is doing a lot of damage to these Roaches, as there is not enough Corruptors to take out these Colossi fast enough, and SkyBlaze will clean up this army quite well, littering in more Zealots and another Colossi. SkyBlaze will be able to clean this up. This other Colossi is probably doomed coming in here and due to all the Corruptors, but This may be enough roaches to take this out, but the Zealot's taking a lot of damage from the roaches in order for the Stalkers to clean up here. More Stalkers being dumped in as CALaMity is going to try and get up some more roaches and a little bit more Hydralisks, because a lot of Stalkers is a big problem. And we'll go to the units tab, and our army is 38 roaches to 8 Stalkers, so those roaches will come up very, very quickly. This is one benefit of Zerg on 4 bases, that we will see the roaches and all the units come up very quickly and effectively against another attack. More colossi being built, and we will see more gateways. So there we go, we see 3 more gateways, which will be a lot more manageable for a Protoss player. We do see a DT shrine, so we probably will see some harassment. There's those 2 DTs. Probably see some harassment, maybe in the main base to try to take out some tech, and a Spire morphing into a greater Spire, so we will see some Brood Lords, which is actually a pretty effective play against this Gateway Colossi based army. No 5th base going up for either play. Oh, pardon me, that's a 5th base going for Protoss, which is unusual, because Zerg want to usually stay 1 or 2 bases ahead of Protoss, but there's very nice saturation on all these bases by CALaMity, and his army is still a little bit ahead of our Protoss player. Look at our army, and it is 181 for a Zerg player to 117 on a Protoss player, so huge army advantage for a Zerg player right now, but these roaches do get picked up quite well by all these Stalkers and this Colossi if the force fields are used well. So we will see, this observer will see that this expansion is undefended, and we'll send one DT here, and will the second DT go there, or will it come down here? Nope, second DT will go to that army, and this DT will take out this queen here. No detection right now for the Zerg player. He's losing a lot of roaches. This DT already has 5 roach kills, and it takes about 3 hits to kill a roach. He's got queen kills. This is a big problem. You want to be able to deal with these DTs. The spore crawlers going up, but still, you want to be able to morph one of these. Oh, there we go. 2 overlords, 3 overlords being morphed into overseers, but you want to be able to move your army back. And you're losing a lot of roaches. Now the unit tab has actually gone down to 137 for our Zerg player, and our Protoss players bumped up to 165. But right back up there, 1 to 164 is our Zerg player, as he does build a ton. That is a ton more drones for all the ones that he did lose. So he's going to want to try and get back that money that he lost. Taking a 5th expansion finally is our Zerg player. Moving in there with all those roaches, gonna go and take out this DT, and he will clean it up nicely, as we do see a lot of drones being produced and a lot of drones not being used at this point. Let's go back to our unit tab, and huge army coming in, and yeah, huge army coming in for our Protoss player, as a lot of Zealots, which could be cleaned up real well, but this move, it's better to do an attack move, because if you see this battle right here, even though the Corruptors are taking out the Colossi, the Zealots are taking out these roaches, which probably shouldn't happen, especially on creep, but because the Zerg player did not attack move. He moved, and there's the GG, but he moved into this army, and a lot of damage had been done before our Zerg player could even attack. So that's something you definitely don't want to do. You want to always attack move across the map, because situations like this could lose you that army, and although our Protoss player did have a massive army, massively overwhelming over the Zerg player should have been able to clean up a lot of these Zealots with those roaches, but they did not attack until later, and the Colossi were able to easily pick them off. But this is very good 4-base play by SkyBlaze, and there's a couple things that you probably should notice as a Protoss player. Never be too afraid to expand. I mean, obviously that seems like, duh, why wouldn't you expand? Expanding is awesome, but you find that, especially for me at my lower stages, before I got to a higher level, I found that expanding was a harder thing to do, and especially when a Protoss player gets a 5th expansion up before the Zerg, that tells you that he's comfortable with his ability to sustain these bases with the army that he has, and he's applying enough pressure to the Zerg player to keep him on his toes so that he can do these expansions. So that's another good thing you want to do with that harassment, is you want to do against Zerg, is get that harassment in so you can expand ahead of time. And that'll be the end of my 2nd cast between these 2 Diamond players on Lost Temple, and hope you guys are looking forward to my 3rd one. Remember, if you don't like it, don't tell me, but if you like it, don't be afraid to tell me what you like. Alright, so